So basically, this video is gonna be a sort of throwback, reminiscent video. Well, first off, actually, life is going all right. Literally, life is going well. Literally, it's going very well. However, so stoned, so fucking stoned. I realise I have not been uploading, as I said I would be, but I'm making videos as I go, so yeah. But another thing is, I already have at least an hour-long video, which I probably won't be able to upload all of it, so I have to make 2 separate videos. But the point is, I'm making this video now because I was thinking about football, yeah, and like people always ask me about football as like a conversation starter, and it's always just so dead to me because it's like I have no interest in football and just fucking, yeah, literally. So even though there's like loads of fucking shit going on, not really, but I'm just living life. Literally different sceneries, like literally different sceneries. So yeah, just taking it all in and just anyway. I'm alright. But yeah, so you're just having a little random thought of me and my thoughts on football. But yeah, the point is, I always get asked the topic of like football is just to break the ice, whatever. And like I'm always like I don't like football, or I don't like support football, or anyway. The experiences that I have with football are as follows. When I was about 10, right, I went to Old Trafford because, in fact, no. Because I was about 11. 11. Because this is in the early days of drama and that. Anyway, I went there because, and also Coronation Street was there, and fucking, this is when it was by the Science and Industry Museum, and you could go to the museum. I mean, you can go to the studio and do the tour, but you could also just look over and see the set from out the window of the museum. Anyway, the point is, I went to Manchester and done all of this shit, and one of them was Old Trafford. But the only reason I supported Manchester United was, thought about Manchester United was because of David Beckham. In the hype days of David Beckham. And it's just the red number 7 t-shirt was just like a thing of football. But that's all I really fucking glory hunter, basically. So, yeah, other than that, just being like not knowing nothing about football, that's the only thing I'd ever experienced was just going there for a tour and like walking around the stadium and the grounds and like underneath, and you saw the trophies and all the medals, and like, yeah, you go in the grounds and the stands and you go on the pitch. Fucking, it's a good gig, like it's a good gig. But anyway, that was that, and then going to like 2013. Yeah, 2013, I'd say. was just football. I literally football, 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 football. That's all I ever did was football. And yeah, it was just like, okay, so this is where we get onto the crux of the matter as to why I actually don't like football. Because yeah, you've got the nice little fucking, oh, it was good, da da da. That's because the stadium was empty, mate. There was no fucking cunts. Literally, you get like ushered round. Anyway, you go to the football, yeah. Okay, and these is the types of people, yeah, that I feel that I've seen that I would put it into what I see at football. So there's the first aspects to football, which is just like conversation starter, as I said, which is just like people that just watch the game of football and just yeah, that's it. Like they'll just watch football and they'll just talk to you about football and they'll like know the scores and that, but they wouldn't go to the game or like actually like invest in the club or like they wouldn't actually like do anything like that. And then you've got like the types then you've got the people that when you're at the game and they go to the game and then it's like their first time at the game. So like they're not the type of person that's gonna go to every single game. Like it might be just a one-off thing, or they've won a ticket, or it's been like a birthday present, or like, do you know what I mean? It's just like a treat to go to one football match, like in your life, like, but it's not something they'll do. So it's like a massive deal for them. So that type of person, bearing in mind I'm security in these times, you might slip them through backstage or tell them where to wait so they could see or meet a player or something, or just like little things like that, because it's just like their first time, it's first match, like it's a massive deal. So like you just give them little perks, like it's not that you're not supposed to, but it's just like you can, right? Like you just can. And then you've got the types that just the lads that just come, like they're just the geezers, like, and these are the guys that kind of ruin it for everyone else because you've got the cheesy side, right? And then you've got the people that they have annual, like literally annual season tickets, and like actually no, in fact, no, yeah, I'll go into this. I'll go into this. No, I won't go into this yet. Sorry. The first aspect, the next that's the other aspect of football. Sorry, other than conversation, is that people get triggered by the money aspect, right? Like the money aspect. So just remember that. Now I'm gonna go into the lads, right? Now the lads are the type of guys, yeah, that will spend their whole wages, like literally, not their whole wages, but whatever money they get, basically, yeah, on football. Like literally, they're just dedicated. They just always go to the game. Like no matter what they've got, unless they're banned, they'll always have money for the game, and they'll always get tickets for the game, or they'll know someone at the game, or they'll just be always at the game, right? And they're just like through and through football. Like they're football in conversation. They're football watching in real life, not just fucking armchair like fucking. I hate people, yeah, that just watch football at home and then they just fucking critique on it, and it's like, have you even ever been to a match? Like the amount of games I've been to is just like I mean, and it's wasted on me because I don't even like the fucking thing. But literally, I hate it. But literally, I was never a kid at school that would wake up at fucking 9 o'clock or even half eight for 9 o'clock start of a football match. Oh, fuck that. On a Saturday as well. But yeah, so those, you got the lads, right? Yeah, so they're just the die-hard fans, like the fucking chucking beer, mate. Like literally, they're just fucking. Do you know what I mean? They're all right, but they're just chucking beer. Like, do you know what I mean? They're a bit boisterous, like. Do you know what I mean? They're loud, which is fine. It's a football match, and there's thousands of people, hundreds of thousands sometimes, depending on what stadium you're at. So yeah, and yeah, then you've got hmm. Let me think. Okay, so let's change it up a bit. So that's right. So there you got the stands, right? And then you got the families, right? That's just normal people that again, they're die hard, like in terms of football, but without the rowdiness and the chucking beer. They just bring their kids to the game, like do you know what I mean? Like some dads are like quite geeky, but some dads are just like tough nuts, but they don't want any part of the violence, or they might be part. They used to be part of it, but not anymore, or whatever. But either way, they'll just go with their kid to the football, and they're still a geezer. They'll still drink a beer or whatever, but they won't fucking, and they'll cheer, and do you know what I mean? The kid will be on his shoulders or whatever, but they're not really fucking doing nothing. Like they're just families. Like, and then you've got the whole family. Sometimes if it's like everyone comes out to watch the football, like yeah, there's just the family. So it's just like the football spirit is still there. But then you've got it's just the community element of football where everyone just comes to watch a game because that's what we've grown up playing as kids, like just to have a kick about, like, and you could always do that, like, do you know what I mean? Even with a fucking rock, like, you can always play football. So, uh, anyway, then moving on from the families, you'll move into like the box areas and like the dressing rooms and backstage and VIP areas. You have all different types of guests and passes and wristbands and things like that. So it's like you go from working down on the front line with like everyone that's just like a punter just going to watch the game to like all the investors or people that have like artists or whatever or actual footballers or their families or yeah, that's another thing like footballers families and that like yeah, I worked on that for a while, and it's just like, I don't know, it's just, I don't like it. Like, I'd much rather deal with like the lads and deal with the investors and the families and like, yeah, the actual players because it's just like it's high pressure environment. Like it's like go 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 go. Like everything is just like so strict and just like you can't have like a blemish of like anything like literally, which I don't mind anyway because I was always smart, always immaculate. Like literally, as you know, mate, the evidence is there. There's so many videos of me at work, like literally. Anyway, like I would be constantly just like making sure everything is smart. Like there's always like cameras around and like media and like Sky Sports and news and this and this and this and this. Like you're constantly on camera like all the time, like all the time. So you just always got to look like nice. I mean, cause you're security, you're always in the background and they never get you in shot, which is really good. Like you can never ever like ever in shot if you're working like TV security because it's just you're not supposed to be there and it's TV as well. So yeah, whereas otherwise, hmm, yeah, it's just too much stress, mate. It's too much stress, too much pressure. Yeah. Whereas when you're working in the stands, the lads are throwing beer at you. You get fucking glass bottles chucked at you. You fucking come out dripping, fucking so sticky, fucking. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just completely different. And like you go up to your supervisor, they just laugh at you. Whereas if you did fucking go up to the box like that, mate, you'd get crucified. Like, they'd be like, what the fuck are you doing back here, just like that? So you either work backstage or box office, or and the boxes, or you work down in. You can't do both, mate. Or if you do, you work in with change your clothes, mate. Come back to the stands, suit and tie for when you're working upstairs, like, and you know it's going to be dry and wet, dry and not wet, literally. But either way, oh mate, you gotta be on point, bro. You gotta be on point. And at the same time, it's like I don't care because sometimes, yeah, I feel guilty. Like literally, I do. I hate saying that word because it's like, oh, blah blah blah. And this is the thing, yeah. I keep getting screwed up because like the way I say things, yeah, it just fucks me. And it's just like, oh. Anyway, it's not fine, but I just have to fucking. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just like fuck off, mate. Like it's just how I am, like in my brain, like, and it's not even like oh change who you are because like, do you know what I mean? Like it's just anyway football. Sorry, football. Then the final bit that I want to fucking talk about, which is the bit that makes me say, no, I don't like football, if anyone asks me, like, literally. Because, like, so far, everything that I've experienced, talked about so far, I've experienced, and it's been fine, like, literally. I've done football for 4 years. I mean, I did carry on doing football, but it was only for, like, the first 2 years, like, I'd done it solid without doing anything else. And then, yeah, I realised that I could just fucking leave, basically. And I still worked, like I worked every season. I was still dedicated, like literally. Oh mate, I spent hundreds of hours of my life fucking at football matches for those fucking cunts, like literally. Making sure everyone's fucking alright and having a good time. And being safe and not getting fucking crushed. Literally. And you bring your kids, yeah. Oh, mate. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a minute. So fucking, literally. Then the next thing is what? Sorry, I'm a bit stoned. Wait. Why? I don't know football. These are the type of guys that will travel from every corner of the globe to go to a match. And they are hardcore, die-hard, fucking nut jobs, mate. I believe the term is hooligan. And these are the type of people who you will have the British Transport Police, local police, security, even stewards, control. Their face will be everywhere. It will be everywhere. Like they'll have to hand in their passport when the match is on at a police station. Like they have so much restrictions. Like, and obviously they break them. Like they break them. Like they still turn up. But this is how much. Like this is what I mean by how fucking. This is the level. That's how fucking they get. Do you know what I mean? That's how seriously. That's how much energy. Like the system and the law will actually put into them and fucking. Do you know what I mean? Curb their behaviour because they're just so extreme to the point of like, if a football match is on and they know they've got to fly to that country, they just will stop them, put them on the no-fly list. Like literally, it's that deep. And you've got to do something pretty serious to be on a no-fly list, just to put it into perspective. Like, that's like joining Al Shabaab level fucking no-fly list. Because they just commit so much violence and just fucking terror and just fucking rain down hellfire. I worked a Millwall match, Crystal Palace match, and both times, in fact, all 3 times, were stressful. Very, very stressful, to say the least. Lots of trains were smashed. But what I don't get about it, yeah, is I've told this story before. Like I've told the football story before. In fact, it may even be on there from an actual video where I told about it when it actually happened. But the point was, I don't understand the point of coming down here, spending all your money traveling, and getting pissed up, and like all that money having a good time, just to fucking smash a train and get nicked literally outside the stadium as you're getting off or walking into the stands, and not even get to see the match. And it's just like, that's what I mean. They just come for fucking, just to fuck shit up. Like they wouldn't even, like this is what I'm saying, they don't even care. if they get into the game, like they're just like, ah, fuck it. Do you know what I mean? Because they'll know the score either way or whatever. They'll go to the next one, or do you know what I mean? Or they've got a ban already, so they just come down and see how far they get. Like, do you know what I mean? But either way, they're fucking causing some sort of shit, mate. And that is why I don't like football, like, literally. And I know it's not everyone, because like I said, I've worked all different sides, but they top it because as soon as they get in, mate, like literally, as soon as they get in, mate. And like I say, I'd much rather deal with them than deal with the fucking suits. Well, literally. Because that says something, like, do you know what I mean? Because I know they're going to fuck me up. I'm not Superman. I'm not out here pretending I'm some fucking action man, stopping people from fighting and blah. I let them get on with it, mate. That's the point. Like, they're fucking, do you know what I mean? This is what I'm saying. Like, you just, that's why they just don't let them in the stadium in the first place, and they just arrest them on the train before they even get in. Because it's like, if you was to let them in, they'll fucking, do you know what I mean? They'll burn the fucker down. Like, oh, man. Like, it's not even a joke. Like, it's not a joke. Like, they're fucking serious people. Like, it's stress. Like, it's stress. Like, you can't. Like, don't get me wrong. They're nice guys. Like, they're nice guys. Like, you could probably have a beer with them. In fact, you could have a beer with them. Like, some of them probably a little bit racist. In fact, very racist. But, do you know what I mean? Eh, I still believe that I'm me. But obviously, certain areas, yeah, of course. But that's the point. You just get a fuck off. They just throw it back at you. Do you know what I mean? But otherwise, yeah. Whereas with the suits, it's like you don't know where you stand, mate. Like you don't know where you stand. For example, yeah, you could be like, right, you could do your job, yeah, backstage at a football match, and you could like be really like on it. Everything's smart. Like you're well presented. Like your radio's all tucked in. Your earpiece is all nicely done and corrected. Like I've obviously got my hair cut. Then you'll go and they'll be like, okay, you've got a family of this player and blah, blah, blah. And then you've got this artist and this artist. So you'd have like so many people in different places and your job is just to watch out for them and blah, blah, blah. But they'll have their own private security, but you're there as like the stadium's like representative as security. So you're just going around doing like little odd jobs for the bigger security team that are running their security team, and then obviously you've got a massive control center which runs this. You're like a tiny little tiny cog in a fucking, do you know what I mean? Anyway, nevertheless, I'm backstage at a match, and then fucking you could be doing everything right. Literally everything right, making sure no press are coming. You check everyone's wristbands on passes. Like you don't let anyone in that you don't recognize or that they don't say is okay. Obviously, you'll have maybe one or two of their own security team with you anyway, and someone will be watching you because obviously, do you know what I mean? I'm just Jack Jones. I'm not. Do you know what I mean? These are fucking actual fucking millionaires and billionaires and fucking yeah, mate. They're serious people, so they have their own security team who have got clearance. Anyway. The point is, you do your job absolutely perfectly. Everything goes well, yeah. And then it instead of just coming to you, yeah, and saying to you, oh, there's a problem, this is not working for me, or oh, this happened, or da la la. They'll just expect you, yeah, to be psychic, yeah. And I get it. Like I do have a certain sense, and okay, yeah, you could call it paranoia, but it's kind of good because it means you, do you know what I mean? But I do have a certain sense, like, if I feel like someone is in danger or something ain't right or I will go and investigate it or do you know what I mean? I'll say, okay, no, and I would rather be overcautious and leave a situation, do you know what I mean, than wait an extra 5 minutes and that 5 minutes was do you know what I mean? So it's a case of like, anyway, I like to say I'm good at my job. That's the point. I'm fucking very good, like, literally. The point is, instead of coming to me and saying, oh, this person come, or there was a member of Sky News that was here, or there was the interviewers were here and I didn't want them here, or someone took a picture of me, or blah, blah. Instead of just coming to you and saying, look, this guy, or sending someone to go and get security, they'll just expect you to fucking randomly, like, bearing in mind there's fucking everyone is everywhere, like, is fucking, there's so many executives there, like, when they've all got passes, yeah, so you know what pass to look out for and what shouldn't be there, even though everyone else, but it's just like, do you know what I mean? Like, there's you gotta tell me these things. Like, some things like, I'm watching, yeah, but like, do you know what I mean? There's so many people. There's like 50 or 60 people here, and you're trying to tell me like, oh, this. It's like, tell me, come up to me and just say to me like, it's too much. Like, you've missed something. Da 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 da. But they won't. Like, literally, they won't. They'll go to the fucking highest person they can find in the stadium, yeah, in terms of like fucking seniority and authority, or an executive, and they'll get you fucking kicked out. Like, literally, they'll get you kicked out, and then you can never fucking work. Like, when it's that sort of fucking clique again, like, it's just like there's certain games and certain, like, if there's certain executives that are on or certain managers that are on, I'd be like, oh no, you can't work, blah blah blah. So it's just like, oh mate, it's just very cliquey and just like, oh, it's long. Like, literally, it's just long. Like, literally, it's just so cliquey, like, so cliquey. And it's just like, why? What's the point? Why don't you just work with me? And it's just like, it's not even like I've done anything wrong. It's just like, it's just a simple person was just like wanting interviews. It's just like, yeah, but there's interviews everywhere, and they'll just give interviews. So you got, like, literally, you could be walking down, you could be, say for example, yeah, you're escorting a family or you're escorting a player or whatever, yeah, and someone recognizes them and comes up for an interview. You can instantly kind of tell who's legit and who's not, and who's going to be like on, like, not a fake news site, but just like for their own YouTube vlog, or if they're actually from Sky News, or if they're actually Sky Sports, or if they're actually from BT. You can just tell. So like, most of the time they will stop and talk, but then sometimes it's like they don't want to talk, yeah, but then someone will come up and they look all right or whatever, and then you just allow it, and then, like, do you know what I mean? And it's just like, you got to real, like, make that tricky, and most of the time it is fine. I don't want to make out like I'm bad mouthing and being like, oh, expo. No, I'm just giving my experience and thoughts of it. It's just high pressure and not for me. Like, literally, that's all it is. But anyway, I just don't like the fucking snakiness of it all. Like, literally, because they won't come up to you and say, whereas when I'm working the stands, yeah, even if I'm fucking dealing with facing the firm, yeah, as racist as they may be, as even if they may hate my guts or whatever, that is the point. I know where I fucking stand, mate. I know if I go into that stand, this is what I'm up against, and this is what I'm gonna face. Yeah, and then I just go in there and just do what I need to do and get the job done. Yeah, and keep it fair, keep it civil. I don't get big. I don't try and be over bigger than I actually am, and I don't get big in the first place. Do you know what I mean? I'm there to do a job. Like, do you know what I mean? Whether it's tell people to be quiet, settle down, stop fighting, not chuck bottles, whatever it may be. Do you know what I mean? I'm just there to just keep it smooth so everyone can stay in the game. And do you know what I mean? Everyone can stay in the stand and watch the game. Like, because that's the whole reason you're there. Like, do you know what I mean? It's the passion to come together and to have that passion and to have that excitement and to have that energy. Because if you go to a match and if you've been to matches, you'll know the electric energy that's in the audience and in the crowd and everything else that comes with it there's nothing like it. Like, literally, so I do get that. But sometimes, like, do you know what I mean? If you're just launching glass bottles across the fucking stadium, it's just, it's fucking, mate, it's long. Like, it's so long. It's just literally just, and on TV, you don't even notice. Like, you just, and then you got dickheads that are just like, oh, yeah, you fucking missed that shot. Oh yeah, it's not. Oh no, that's no good. No, yeah. Oh, look at that guy. Yeah, he's having. No, mate. Just like, you have no idea what's fucking going on. Like, actually, fucking, literally behind the scenes. Like, anyway, that was the last lot of football types of people. But yeah, I know where I stand with them because, yeah, like I said, if they was going to beat me up, they'd just beat me up. But most of the time, they wouldn't, because they respect that, and that's it. They're not snakes, mate. Like, they're not going to snake you out. Do you know what I mean? They'll just fucking do you. That's it. They're not going to be going to try and find fucking, oh, I'm going to go to your supervisor and blah, blah, blah. Bruv, he's fucking deck you there and then, bruv. Have that, you cunt. Like, literally. Oh, man. It's just different. Like, it's just different. But I prefer that, obviously. But then, if you're actually in that environment and when you are facing it, yeah, your legs are gonna quiver. Like literally, you're gonna tremble. Like literally, there's no point in saying you cannot face right. Like no matter how strong and big you think you are, yeah, but you are not gonna face like what? Uh let's say 5,000 to one stand, like in terms of a sector that you're dealing with, and then obviously you have different security officers along the stewards, and then I was doing security response, so you'd go from different sectors but within your stand. So you're not gonna have face like what 250 to like 500 football fans on your own and not be scared. Actually, it's not possible. Like you're not gonna stand there against 250 grown men that have got glass bottles that will happily stab it in your neck if it was to get that far, and they're already pissed up. Do you know what I mean? It's just you can't. You can't. You get done. Like there's so many times where I've seen stewards get brave and they just get done in. Like it's just fun. Like it's like 10-pin bowling for them, mate. They're just doing a steward easy.